when we're dealing with salinity, there's several different factors. Not all these factors are here in Arkansas or the Mid-South, but we do have some that are causing some problems. The geology of the soil, the weathering of the primary material that the soils comes from. Climate, I think everybody would agree that our climate has probably changed over the last at least 5 years. We've probably been hotter and drier than we have been, looking at the historical weather data. And if your evaporation exceeds your precipitation, you're going to accumulate these salts. Management options we have are crop selection. As I mentioned before, cotton and sorghum are a little bit more tolerant than soybeans and rice to salt problems, so you may have to look at rotation in a different crop. Irrigation is probably going to be the biggest thing. We've got to manage that water. If you can get another source of water to try to eliminate some of that salt problems, that's going to be the best thing. Drainage is a big thing. If we can get that water drained off as quickly as possible. And then tillage. Use some of those deep tillage to try to get that salt kind of mixed back up into the soil profile where it's not concentrated in the top 2 to 3 inches where the roots are. So really some of the take-home messages: know the level what you have in your water in your soil. You may have to switch, again, the water sources to sources that don't have near as much salt as you do if you are pumping salty water. At this point, if you're wanting to look at soybeans, the best option we have are excluded varieties, and we do have quite a number of excluded varieties in the variety update that are high performers. But again, if you get to a point, and your salts get to real high, those excluders will be overcome with the salt problems, and you're not going to be able to grow those. Again, plant more tolerance crops, cotton, grain sorghum. Look at deep tillage, and then fall fertilizer is probably one of the biggest things we can do. Well, I hope that kind of answers some of the questions. I know a lot of y'all probably having some issues with this. The best thing we can do is we can monitor our soils and monitor our water to make sure we're not running into a major problem. So.